Hello and welcome to another Danish lesson with me, Alexander, or the missing N, or whatever you want to call me. Last time we had a look at the different vowel sounds that exist in the Danish language. Today we're going to look at how these sounds match up with the vowels that are actually in the Danish alphabet. Sorry if this is a bit confusing, but it's just something we need to get out of the way. Unfortunately, many of the vowels in the Danish alphabet can be pronounced in more than one way. So for each vowel, I'm going to show you the two most common ways. You might notice from the examples I'm going to give you that with a lot of these, the sound seems to change when it's followed by an N or an M or something like that. This is only a very rough rule of thumb, but it will do for now. So let's go. Let's start with the first vowel, A. Obviously, the two sounds associated with this vowel are the normal A and the high A. Here are two examples. Ven, which means water, and samme, which means the same. No, it doesn't mean water. It literally means the word the same. Second vowel, E. This is typically pronounced like the Danish E sound in the first pronunciation video, but sometimes it happens that it takes the AE sound. Two examples, se, which means to see, and ven, which means friend. Third vowel, I. This is typically pronounced like the I sound covered in the last lesson, but sometimes it takes the E sound instead. Here are two examples. Is, which means ice, and in, which means in. We get to the fourth vowel, O. This is typically pronounced like the pure O, but sometimes it takes the high O sound. Two examples, ko, which means cow, and komme, which means to come. Fifth vowel, U. This is almost always pronounced like the Danish U sound I told you. Still, sometimes it's more like the A hat sound. Now, I know that's going to sound a bit strange, but remember that what I call the A hat sound actually sounds a little bit like an O. Two examples. Mus means mouse, and nummer means number. Sixth vowel, Y. This is typically pronounced like the Y sound I told you about in the last video, but occasionally it's pronounced like the O bar sound. I know you don't remember what either of those two sounded like, so here are some examples. Nu, which means new, and nun, which means to hum. Seventh vowel, yes, remember we've got three more left. AE, typically pronounced like the AE sound, but sometimes like the high A. Two examples. Knæ, which means knee, and græs, which means grass. We get to the eighth vowel, which is O bar, obviously pronounced like the O bar sound, but sometimes it's more like, I'm not sure. Listen to the examples for yourself. Øl means beer, and nørd means a generally really cool and awesome person. And finally, the ninth vowel, the A hat. This one is naturally pronounced like the A hat sound, but sometimes it's pronounced like the high O. Here are the two final examples. Stål, which means steel, and hånd, which means hand. And there you go. Right. Now, there are sometimes even more ways to pronounce these vowels, but you're probably already finding this confusing enough. So here is a table of what I've told you so far. Really, the best way to learn which way to pronounce a word is to have heard it spoken several times. So that's all for this time. Next time we'll be looking at consonants, and then hopefully after that we can get some actual language done. Until next time, this is the missing N, signing out.